Hi there, Simon from Creative State Counselling and Psychotherapy. And if you were to come along to counselling because of anxiety, the first thing that we might tell you is it's not your fault. There's nothing wrong with you, you're not defective, you're not overly sensitive, you're not broken in any way. The anxiety is actually there for a very good reason. It's there to protect you from harm, it's there to kind of predict things that could go wrong and maybe steer you in the opposite direction of that. It also could be trying to protect you from being ashamed or embarrassed or humiliated in front of others or in front of a crowd of people. This I know something about. I was a professional actor for over 30 years and I suffered from terrible stage fright. And I found that it was really getting in the way of what was truly meaningful for me, and it was starting to kind of dominate, and all of the pleasure I got out of performing on stage in big Broadway musicals was cancelled out by the anxiety. So I really wasn't having a good time. So I decided to do something about that, and I'm very, very glad that I did. Did the anxiety and the stage fright completely disappear? No. But what happened was the anxiety, although it was still present, I was able to manage it a lot better. And it kind of took a back seat. So it was my pleasure and my enjoyment of my art form and what I was meant to be doing. That was what was in charge. That was actually driving the whole show, if you like. And the second thing that we might work with you on are those kind of negative thoughts and predictions of all those things that could go wrong. It's fine to plan for, the worst case scenario, but when these thoughts constantly dominate and they kind of sap our enjoyment and the opportunities that we might have to engage in life, that's something that we can look at. And the third thing that we do is the tried and true method of exposure therapy. But we don't push people into doing things that they're terrified of and they have no interest in doing anyway. For example, if public speaking is not your thing, why would we want to expose people to public speaking? It doesn't make any sense. But if that or something like that is really, really important to you and the anxiety is getting in the way of that, what we might do is start with exposure, but just in the imagination, called kind of an imaginative exposure, as we might say, or a graded exposure. Are the symptoms going to completely disappear? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But the goal is to lessen those symptoms to such a degree that you can get back into your life as soon as possible. And the last thing that we might say to you is be good to yourself, be kind to yourself, and take care.